So here in like the last 40 minutes, we should see like an overbought crest that we sell off from. And I think tomorrow we probably have this attempt like this. It'll look like we're going to break through the highs here. This was that second opportunity. Remember I was saying at the end of the prior day, open up a partial short. There's another opportunity there. You could have closed it here, but I'm thinking that sorry, you could have closed it here, but I'm thinking that it's probably a better bet. What's interesting is we've got the Princess of Discs as a theme card 2 days in a row. I find that very interesting. And we're right in this area right now, right? We've got on the cross-reading congruencies, we've got the Prince of Wands here on the 6th. So in the sequence of events on the February reading, if you're familiar with SO meta-analysis, you understand that not each card's energy will necessarily line up perfectly with the 24 hours of time that it represents. Each card represents one day of time. So in cases where it's off a little bit, plus or minus a day of wiggle room, you follow the sequence of events. And this is what we're doing here. The sequence of events is followed using cross-reading congruencies. And so we're right here at a high, basically, is my sense. Right, because we don't have any cross-reading congruencies for highs the remainder of the week, but we do have cross-reading congruencies every day for the remainder of this week for lows. I would hold the position, and probably there'll be more than one good opportunity over the next few days. This Ace of Cups might be a good one, or the Ace of Discs, but I think probably the best one is, it depends on how much risk tolerance you have. You got to understand, because the market will go against you in between when you bought and when you plan to sell. At some point, it's going to go against you. If you've invested too much, you've invested above your risk tolerance, you're very, very likely to sell at a loss because you're scared out of the market. But if you invest below your risk tolerance and then it goes against you, you can hold tight with conviction to the close. So if you've got enough risk tolerance, I would say hold it until the 9th. Probably close it right here midday. Yeah, there's a sharp drop here. Hey, Robert. Hey, it was luck. Cleveland, Ohio. What will the earnings reaction for Mr. be tomorrow? All right. Earnings reaction for Mr. today. It's unclear. It was like, I wish I could give you a better answer, but it's pretty unclear. I don't always get a clear answer. You were under the hey Joe, you were under the impression tomorrow was bullish. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think we've probably seen the high, but we might see the high again, right? Like we saw it here at the end of the day. So I don't think we're gonna. It's really tough to read that one, and the reason being is because as far as the cross-reading congruencies go, we're in this period of the sequence of events. We're already in the Prince of Wands, so you could maybe read that there's a rally to a peak on the 7th, or you could tie it to the Prince of Wands, which is correlating to the 6th. So it's really difficult. It's not easy to determine that, unfortunately. You can't always see everything clearly. That's just, the way it is sometimes. Hey, funny. Best part of the month to purchase USO for the pop next month. What the hell is that? Oh, futures. Got you. The 6th. Okay, so I think probably where we are is we saw this trough here very early, and then we rallied into like this minor crest, which we're seeing here. We should see another drop like mid-month into a lowest low thus far for the year, it looks like. So that would put us down like around $65. So I would probably open up like, you know what? Hold on a sec. I'll pinpoint it like this. Hopefully. It might not work, but we'll see. Okay, so if we have a notable decline tomorrow, I would open up a partial, like a partial long position, Might be an opportunity on Monday. Probably not. But then there's probably another opportunity this coming Wednesday on the 14th. I'd add to the long there. That's probably where I would complete it on that Wednesday. Wednesday the 14th, based on what the cards are showing me. It did work. What do you know? Your reading has been spot on for TLT. If TLT is higher in March, excuse me, when is Best Buy? Appreciate it. It was luck. Let me just snapshot that real quick. Those are always valuable comments. If Hermes lets me see my screen. Here we go. All right, so TLT. When is the Best Buy? I'm so sorry for coughing, guys. Man, I really got to do the markup for this one. It keeps coming up. Oh yeah, I remember I drew all this. I would say right about now is a good buy up. I would probably open up a partial long here. And then if we revisit it here a little bit later, like what is that? Like around the 20th ish. If we revisit it somewhere around there, I would add to it. I wouldn't wait too long on that. Hey TT. You're welcome, Joe. Do I see a rise for Bitcoin at the end of the day, the 7th, or do you think it already occurred for the day? Let's take a look. Does anybody remember when I drew that? It was a while ago. I wish I marked off when I drew that. Look at that. I mean, we were in there both days. I think it was probably like the second when I drew that. All right, so the question is BTC at the end of the day on the 7th. Yeah, I think it probably already occurred at this point. it's going to be kind of price swingy the rest of the day, but I would be careful because there's a brief peak, and there's a pretty significant trough there in early morning in the 7th. So be mindful of that. I wouldn't wait much if I'm waiting for like a higher price level. I probably wouldn't. Hey, Tabraze. Sure thing, Tabraze. APP. Matter of fact, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Let me get the starred question first. Can you give guidance on AXP, general trend this week and next week? I've got a fintech stock picker coming out. I've got a few stock pickers that I started at the beginning of January and finally getting to them now just after. Oh, by the way, before we forget, guys, somebody ordered the Mana 2024 1-year reading, and I cannot for the life of me find who it was. I don't. They ordered it like outside of the website. So if it's you, message me so that I find that message. It'll pop up if you email me. Otherwise, I got to keep looking, and I looked for like 20 minutes. I couldn't find it. But Mana is done, and the public version comes out in a few days. Then there's a couple others, Soybe, and what am I forgetting? Soybe, Mana, ICP for 2025. Oh, and Alibaba for 2024. Those are all coming out over the next day or two tops. AXP. I wonder if I even have anything for them yet. The reason why I said there's a fintech stock picker coming out is that AXP actually came up in that reading as one of the more dominant performers for the year. I don't have anything on it yet. All right. Yeah, this is one that I would probably be bullish on. Let's see what the cards have to say. So it's overall up this week. With it looks like the week's high's probably at the end of the week, but it's very mixed. So we'll have some big moves to the upside, probably one at the end of the day on Thursday, and then a lot of price change into a resistance level or to create a top on Friday, it looks like. That's counter trend to the S&P for the week, FYI, so be careful. It could indicate that I'm wrong, or it could be that I'm right, and it's just going, against the overall trend of the market. All right, Tiberius, let's see. APP. Will it reach $56 before the 14th of February? I got to know for by the 14th. Does it reach $56? Let's say in February 2024. I got a double no. Two cards came out, both no's. So, earnings results there on the 14th. Let's see. Looks like they have a serious miss on earnings. Serious miss on earnings. Probably both measurements, and the chart does bearish price swings and or a sharp drop on a multi-day scale from those earnings, my friend. Unfortunate news. How does Algorand look for mid-February? Oh, crypto, right? Hey guys, some other news. If you're not on the Angel Investors Discord, then this is news to you. We sent out a questionnaire by email, asking people what tickers they were most interested in, as far as people who have the all paid monthly plan, because we're gonna actually reduce the number of monthlies that come out, like that we cover on a monthly day by day basis, probably by half, so that we can make some serious room for like more 1 years and then monthly shorts that come out, and we'll be able to cover a lot more ground and look at a lot more stocks and crypto faster by doing it that way. But with that said, look out for that that questionnaire, because that's important info to help us out. Algorand goes significantly higher for the remainder of February, it looks like. We're kind of already mid-February, Robert, so I just asked what it does for the remainder of February, and I got the Aeon card, so pretty bullish. Hey, B, I'm doing well. How are you? What's Google's stock direction looking like for tomorrow and Thursday? What am I doing? Look at that, guys. Does anybody remember when I drew that? Because it was a while ago, guys. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Oh, okay. Google. Okay, Google, right. Like, I drew this way before we were in this time frame. We were like over here, and you could have traded based on where this was, well ahead of it, just by knowing where the price level would be within this time frame. I'm gonna try and do that more frequently. I have to be in a high vibration to pull that off, though. Really high vibration. I am a high vibration, but I mean a really high vibration. My sense is that this might be the crest that we see here on the 7th. It's possible, right? Because we have like this kind of sideways behavior going on between these two, and then there's a move higher, kind of like signaling the end of that sideways behavior. and then we have decline. So I think we probably have more decline tomorrow. We'll come back within this range most likely, and then out of a trough on the 8th, there should be a notable move higher into the end of the week there. Oh, you ordered modern, Robert. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, so I've got that coming out for you. I couldn't find where the order was, but I've got that coming out for you right after this. I'll send it to you. And then ICP 2025 is in the works. It's already been recorded. Well, the initial reading has already been recorded. That one I need to still record, but that's the last of the 2020 of the 1 year readings from that special offer that we put out. I'm thinking about doing another special offer, guys, where you buy one 2024 1 year reading, whatever the ticker is, you automatically get the 2025 version of it. So it's like a buy one get one free, but same ticker. I might do that, thinking about it. You're welcome to Braze. All right, what will be the earnings results for Uber after the bell today? It looks like a meet, most likely a meet, or like a slight beat. And as far as the earnings reaction as a result, I see a pop and drop and a failed attempt to break, multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. So it looks kind of like going on. Overall, that's probably too, it's very volatile, hard to say direction. What day might coin be highest between now and February 14th for an exit, or will bloodbath continue? Yikes. All right. Oh, wow. That's looking brutal. So it looks like the trough is mid-month. Most likely, we already saw the high based on what's the way that it's played out here. We're seeing the other half of the move higher out of the trough that was at the end of January, right? It's kind of combined. This move out of the trough is the beginning of the love card, right? We moved higher through resistance. We stayed above it briefly, and then we break back down through it with the full retracement. So we've just come out of the love card, and it looks like there's probably a lower trough there, which we're in a lower trough now. So, but mid-month. So mid-month, what's mid-month? Mid-month's like the end of, like somewhere around the end of middle of to end of next week, like the 14th, 15th, 16th. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one right now. I'm like, what the hell? Why did it look different before? Yeah. And so here's the thing. So there's a trade opportunity when we do establish the low, the February low mid-month. There's going to be a notable rally out of that, like kind of unexpectedly, into probably a peak on the cusp of February, March. And I'm advised not to chase that rally. What you want to do instead is open up a short position with the intent to close that short position at the same price levels as the low of mid-February. We should see those price levels again in early March. Did I answer your algo question? Yikes, I forget if I answered that. I did, yes, I did. So February 8th might have been a high. Let's see. Looks like that might have been wrong. We'll see. See if I can extrapolate that for you real quick. So it's quite possible. I'm seeing a cross-reading congruency here. I've never tried it this way before, but it looks like it actually works. For the, what day of the month is that? For the 21st? The ruin card appears on the 21st. And there's a pretty like an important, improbable opportunity coming this Friday, a full card kind of opportunity. So I would look out for a pretty significant opportunity. If we have a big move to the downside, I would say that's an opportunity to open up a long. If it's a big move to the upside, might have missed the opportunity. Hard to say. But that's probably where you want to be between February 14th. Yikes! Between February 14th, right? Highest day before February 14th. It's okay, so it's probably on Friday. If it's not Friday, then I would say last hope would be on Monday of next week. But you could extend it if they're options. You might extend the expiration so that you could take advantage of the high the following week. Will Mister have a higher price level on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in relation to its current price level? I have a no for that, unfortunately. Hey, Mark Holub. Good day to you too, my friend. Between March 3rd and March 15th? Sure thing. I'm going to open up my chart and take a look at what my chart says first, though. Yeah, probably. There's definitely a lowest low in there. Your dates were March 3rd to the 15th, but that might be a little early. I got the full card, which is like a wild card. Let me double check. I want to make sure that's what the full card is. I haven't got that as an answer in a long time, actually. It is a yes. It's a yes. Interesting. So the maggots is a maybe, but the full card is a yes. So then we have a yes there. The low will be there. By probably March 15th would be my sense. Let's look at March. So if you've got early access on the website, you already seen the public version of this March reading, or if you've got the paid version of the March subscription, then you also already seen this. Otherwise, this is kind of like a sneak preview because it doesn't come out for a little bit. And look at that. I pulled the full, and there's the full at the low. How is that for synchronistic affirmation? Does anybody get what just happened? I pulled the full card for yes or no. Right? So it's probably here on the 11th is my sense. The 11th or the 14th. Or is it there? No. It looks like the 14th. Yeah, it looks like March 14th, Mark Holub. Good question. All right, guys, I'm going to recap real quick, and then I'm going to roll. So here's this big move to a high at the very end of the day there. You see we came into a high. There was the high correlation, and then off of that high, there's a big decline. That's the right at the close. That's that universe decline. And then back, it looks like right back to a high. Drop at the close, and then right back to a high. There's a high at the close, a sharp drop, and then right back to the high. And we should see like sort of like sidewaysy behavior in the post market. So there might be another opportunity to add to the short. It's possible, but I'm looking for exits. The best exit on the 9th. There's probably an exit tomorrow as well. Hard to say, because we're kind of like in a little no man's land here between the 6th and the 7th, based on this ruin, and then the cross-trading congruency being on the 6th. All right, my friends. With that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. We're counting on you here at Cashapp Traders. Blessings to all my